Hey team, I hope you're all well. Gary here from Gary Rankin Coaching, and today we're going to be picking up right where we left off with our top tips to help you to achieve your goals. So please make sure you've got your pad and pen at the ready, and let's get straight into it. First tip for today is to develop habits, rituals, and routines for your success. Each and every day we spend up to 40% of our day acting out of habit, which means for 40% of our day, we're not even completely aware of what we're doing because we're operating on autopilot. Now, this is a wonderful thing, but it can either work for our success or for our failure, because operating from habit can mean that sometimes we reach for the fizzy drink instead of the water, we reach for the sugary, unhealthy snack instead of the fruit, or we find ourselves doom scrolling on social media instead of doing what we're supposed to be doing. But at the same time, when we bring some consciousness and some intentionality, we can develop habits, rituals, and routines that will allow us to thrive and achieve the success that we want. So, thinking about your current goals in your life with your health, fitness, and well being, what are some habits, rituals, and routines that you can develop that are going to make things even more automatic for you and make it even easier for you to get into action? I'll give you some tips. When it comes to developing new habits, we want the thing to be obvious. So, for example, if we wanted to start flossing our teeth, the easiest thing to do is to leave the floss out beside our toothbrush. This does two things. Number one, it habit stacks. It stacks our new habit on top of a habit that we already do already, which is brush our teeth. Second of all, it makes the new habit obvious because when we go to reach for our toothbrush, we see that the floss is lying there and are even more likely to pick it up. And then the third thing to do is to make sure that it is super easy to start our new habit. We want to be able to start this new habit in 2 minutes or less. That way, once we get started easily, the momentum can build and we can carry on. So, thinking about our health, fitness, and well-being, what are some things that we can do that are going to allow us to take the actions which we want to take? Number one is developing a habit of deciding what workouts we're going to do over the next week or even just the next day. That way, when we wake up, we're not going, what will I do today? I'm not quite sure how I feel, and we let our thoughts and emotions get in the way. Instead, we know what we're doing, when we're doing it, and we can just show up and get it done. Another favourite of mine is that I like to look out my exercise gear the night before. That way it's lying on the floor. When I wake up in the morning, I can just pick it up, put it on, and that's me dressed and ready for exercise, feeling good and even more likely to take that next step, get out the door and go for that run or get into the gym. So just pause the video here and have a think. What are some habits, rituals, and routines that you can develop that is going to make it even more easy and almost automatic for you to take action and get the success that you want? Second tip for today is to develop some support systems. As human beings, we are social creatures, and when we involve other people in our goals, in our lives, in our growth, it makes things feel all that more community-like. It allows us to foster connections, enjoy some of the powerful hormones like oxytocin that are great for healing and for our mood and mental health and all that kind of stuff. And so have a think about, with your goals, what kind of support do you want? At times, what kind of support might you need? And how and where can you find that support? And maybe even with who? The fact that you're here watching this just now tells me that you're already part of an amazing community. And so utilize the community you're in, foster friendships, get some accountability, but also think, who else can you use as part of your support system and also that you can support with your goals and growth? That way you're even more likely to continue to take action, and if you ever feel you need some help or support, you've got some people there. Like, I know there's some particular friends, if I've got things going on in business that I want a sounding board for or some help with or even just to celebrate with, I can phone those people and they are my support system. I know that if I have challenges in life and fatherhood and those kind of things, my dad's part of my support system. And if I phone him, chances are he's just going to laugh at my problems because he's been there and done that, and that helps things put things in perspective for me. And so thinking about your health and fitness goals, give the video a pause here and think about how you can utilize the communities you're already in and how you can further develop support systems with people and things that are going to help and support you. Up next, we have seek role models of excellence. In life, we don't always have to reinvent the wheel. We have examples of people out there who have achieved the exact success that we want, or things very similar to it. So again, the fact that you're here watching this tells me that you're working with an amazing coach. And so you can learn from this coach, not just through what they're actually teaching you and giving you, but just by taking a step back and observing them. And so have a think about what some of your goals are in life, business, career, with your health and well-being. And think of some people who you would say are role models of excellence that have achieved what you already want or something similar to it. And we can begin to get some insights into the inner workings of their mindset by asking ourselves, how is it that they do what they do? What is it that they do that allows them to succeed? And by asking these two questions, we can begin to decipher some ideas and insights as to how they go about doing the things they do specifically, what some of the things are that they do, and that way we can replicate these exact behaviors, strategies, tactics, habits, and also the way in which they go about them, and that can help us to recreate that success. The other thing that we can do is ask ourselves, what is it they must believe that allows them to succeed in that area? And again, without even having to ask that person, we can evoke ideas and insights from inside ourselves as to what we think they must believe that allows them to be successful. Maybe they believe they can achieve anything they put their mind to and get to work on. Maybe they believe that, through working hard, you'll learn to work smart, and if you keep working at it, you will eventually get there. And whatever it is. And again, just by asking, what is it they must believe that allows them to succeed? We can get some beliefs and strategies from inside their mindset. We can then apply that with the behaviors, the habits, the tactics that we've drawn from them. And we can use these role models of excellence to model them, to copy them, to be similar to them in our own way and recreate their success through these insights. Up next, we've got keep it fresh. This is something that's important for some of us more than others. I personally like to keep things fresh quite a lot because if I stick to the same structure and routine for too long, I find it quite hard to be consistent because I will get quite bored. But there are different ways that I can keep things fresh. Maybe one day when I work out, if I'm doing the same workout program for a while, one day I'll work out in silence and just listen to what's going on in my head, maybe iron some things out, build some more confidence and self-belief. Maybe another time I'll listen to some really upbeat music, like some rock music or some dance music. Maybe another time I'll listen to a podcast. And so even though my workout's staying the same, I'm finding different wee ways that I can keep things fresh. Just the same as when I go running, of course, there's certain routes that I'll go round about my local area. I'll also have, certain trials and tasks to do to help build specific areas of fitness and endurance. But sometimes I say to myself, there is no goal for this run, no pace, no distance, no particular route. Just go and run for the joy of being able to move your body and go and enjoy it. And so having a think about your goals, your growth, your habits just now, what can you do to keep things fresh and keep them interesting? And then last but by no means least for today, celebrate your wins. This is potentially the most important of the tips today because you're working so hard on your goals and growth. You're putting in the energy, the effort, the time, the blood, sweat and tears, and so you deserve to celebrate every last inch of progress that you make. Because if we're not going to celebrate the progress that we make, what's the point in doing the thing in the first place? There isn't one. Not only that, When we celebrate our successes, it allows us to appreciate, and gratitude is such a powerful emotion. As well as that, it allows us to recognise what we're doing well. And in celebrating our successes, even if it's just a yes, or I did great, or I made it up in the dark morning and I did the workout, the recognising that we did well gives us that release of dopamine in our brains. From here, we then build confidence, self-esteem, self-belief, even more positive momentum. But what's key is when we celebrate our wins and we get that release of dopamine, it means that next time we set a goal, task, or challenge for ourselves, we're going to get a dopamine release before we've even taken action, in the anticipation of a future reward, and that's what motivates us to take action. And so the more consistently we celebrate our successes, the easier it is for us to continue to take action, stay consistent, and keep building positive momentum. That's it for our top tips for today. If you have any questions about anything at all we've covered, please feel free to ask your coach to reach out to me for you, or you can reach out to me directly on Instagram at GaryRankin_. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Peace.